Hey everyone, I wanted to film this video about, well, it's going to be part of the series I'm going to call Confessions from a Wheelchair User, but I wanted to share the idea of invisibility. When you're in a wheelchair, you're not exactly invisible. People are going to notice you because you're different and you don't exactly blend in, and no matter how hard you try, it's not usually going to work. But it's just kind of how life is. But then when you don't want to be invisible, you are invisible. It's quite frustrating, shall I say, at times. Like when you're out in crowds with people, or and you're by yourself or you're not by yourself, people tend to cut you off. They tend to think it's okay to just walk in front of you and not pay attention to where they're going. But I've heard the excuse that, normal people, shall we call them, or non-disabled people, don't notice you. And because they don't look down, they're not trained, I guess, to look down. But it doesn't quite make sense because they always notice kids, strollers. Not exactly sure why they don't notice you. I mean, the best thing you can do is to be kind and courteous on either end, and just accept it. But it's not right. So, I mean, if you're gonna stare and wonder about somebody in a wheelchair, I suggest you just go up and ask them. Depending on the person and depending on the circumstance, certain questions will not be answered or certain people will not take it. But if you're kind and friendly and approachable and nice about it and are not trying to pry into their lives so much, you're most likely get an answer or an introduction. My take with this video is, being in a wheelchair, you don't get noticed when you want to get noticed, but when you don't want to get noticed, you get noticed. We do notice when you notice us, and we do notice when you don't notice us. So I always know when somebody cuts in front of me or doesn't pay attention to their looking. And the only time it gets really irritating, is when somebody blames you for them cutting you off. It's not your fault. All the time. And I do notice when somebody's watching me out in public, whether I was going to class when I was in college, or I'm running to the store, or I'm running to the bank, or any other place, maybe. I can tell. I have come to accept that when I go out in public, I'm going to stand out. And people are going to notice me, but they're not going to know me. And when you notice me, or anybody in a wheelchair, don't automatically assume you know them because you've seen them around. It's just like, I walk into the grocery store and I've seen the same person 5 or 6 times. That doesn't mean I know them. I just know where they like to grocery shop. So, I guess with that, I will end this video and I will see you in a few days. Sometime next week. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye.